Welcome to the Human Bacon Podcast. This is what, episode
7.
7?
This is Lucky 7.
This is the Chrisman special, or the Krigsis special, or the,
Yes, the Kreisman.
the Chrisman
Mary
Chrysler. Mary C words. There's a bunch of them.
Not that C word, but
But I'm your host, Tyler, and we got a host, Nick, here.
hello.
And, yeah, today's the Christmas fucking podcast, bro. Our first
Welcome.
one.
Welcome to the first Christmas podcast of the Human Bacon kind.
Yes, of the Human Bacon people.
Yep.
The HBPs.
We'll have a real nice thumbnail that my buddy Tyler here made.
Oh, yeah. Something like fucking bomb.
Yep.
HBP. Now that I think about it, it kind of sounds like an STD.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the kind where bacon just forms in your genitals,
Yeah.
but you can't eat it because
It's bad bacon.
because it's human bacon, so you're not supposed to eat it. Wow.
I think we figured out where human
Jesus,
bacon
I
came
don't
from.
think we can put that on YouTube, a picture of someone with bacon growing off their parts.
That would
Being
be
like,
bad.
But this is human bacon. Fuck it, we can try it.
All right, man. Well, fucking Christmas, dude.
Yes, not a fun time for us because we work retail,
Yes.
so it's just batshit crazy.
Just a lot of
Right
people.
now.
A lot of old people.
Yep.
A lot of people who just don't care about other people. And-
Yeah, a lot of people who are just all about them.
Yeah.
Especially now with everyone just trying to get to the grocery stores, not get too close to anybody, or there's the opposite of people who just think
yeah.
they're better than everybody and don't have to wear masks.
I wasn't even thinking. This is the COVID Christmas.
Yeah, this is it.
God damn.
This is our governor said, I think you can only have, 10 people? Or it was less than that? I forgot what they were trying to put restrictions on.
Yeah, they said try to avoid avoid groups of 10 or more. That's what they're saying.
It's so crazy for people like us, though, because how many people are we around in a week on average just
Oh.
walking, like at work?
Yeah, grocery stores
Thousands,
are horrible.
literally thousands of people.
Yeah.
It's
So our main hospital just got 2,000 doses of the vaccine. Did you know Lowell General?
Lowell
did?
General did.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they got 2,000 doses. Those
Going
are-
to them, I'm guessing.
It's
as
going
it
to all
should.
the medical people.
Yeah, as it should.
Because I mean they're the one they're closest. to
Literal
it all the
front
time.
line.
Yeah, and then after that it's going to go police, firefighters, and then we're next after them.
Retail,
Yeah. So
Yep.
people who deal with
like mass
Customers
herds
on a
or
daily
whatever.
basis, yeah.
You deal with the most people.
Yep. People who have like stay-at-home jobs, like they'll be after us.
Yeah, they said that was like June, July. That it was going to be just for anybody who wants to get one.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that would be, if we get to the next holiday season,
Mm-hmm.
not having to be wearing masks and stuff like that, that'd be nice.
Yeah, hopefully by, dude, I'm thinking like early summer, maybe even before, like, be no masks, you know? Because they have to, we have the vaccine now, but they still have to make a shit.
There's going to
ton of
be,
it. So,
oh yeah, not even that, but this will be funny to see at work because, there'll be an option if you want to wear one, and there'll be people still wearing them, I bet you, 2 years from now.
oh yeah.
Like, for the rest of our lives now, we're going to see people wearing masks.
Yeah.
Like, you used to see in China, and you're like, why are people wearing masks? That's weird. And you're like, oh, I 100% get it.
Yeah, man. Well, that's the thing too. Like they wear masks over there because of how densely populated it is.
Yeah, and
so
the,
even normal viruses, like if you don't wear a mask, the chances of you getting it are much
Yeah.
higher than United States just because of how dense the population is.
And the pollution, too, and the smog and everything like that. Like,
yeah.
they issue times where they tell people in certain parts, I'm sure heavily populated parts of China, I'm sure other parts of the world, too, where it's like, don't go outside today because it's so smoggy.
Yeah.
That it's bad for you to be inhaling oxygen.
Well, dude, fucking California, they actually have smog days. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's days where the pollution's so bad, it's like a snow day almost. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, no one's going to work.
It's just so fucked up. It's just been so
Yeah.
hot, and I'm guessing, I don't know the science in it, but
Well, they
I'm
have
sure
like
it's just not
it's
good
like
where
it's like a
just
storm.
dry.
It's practically like a storm, but it's like smog, dude. It's a pollution storm.
Oh, my God.
That's what happens, and it gets in the air and everything. And dude, people
Yeah.
can't go to work. Like
You're
like
just stuck inside because the
Yeah.
air quality is going to kill you if you go out. Or not even that, it's just going to cause you some type of...
well, yeah, it's
long-term.
more along the lines of discomfort at this point.
Yeah.
like the
And
air,
that you don't know the long-term effects either. And
Well,
going
yeah.
outside and inhaling that,
absolutely
grow a third eye or some shit.
fucking third eyes, dude.
Not the cool kind either. Not like TN and Dragon Ball Z. I don't think it's going to work that way. It's going to be bad. It's going to be in your butt and you're going to taste with your mouth. It's going to be one of the...
Oh God. Okay, so there's this Netflix movie that just came out recently. And
I found it, by the way.
what's the name of it?
It's called Skins.
Skins.
I didn't watch it. I knew when they show the cover for whatever movie or TV show you're watching, like like the poster essentially, and it looked really creepy, and it was an eyeball that just looked like it was somewhere I didn't know where on a person, but I didn't want to know where, and I clicked on it and I read the description, and it said it was short stories, or it was a movie about people who have different messed up afflictions that obviously don't really happen.
Yeah.
But
So they're fake.
yeah,
Like one of the afflictions, because I saw it. I saw most of it. But Nick researched the name.
I did my research on this. Once you hear what it is. Yeah.
But one of the afflictions is a girl literally has a butthole for a mouth and a mouth for a butthole, and she has to eat through her butt and then literally shit and fart through her mouth. That and like you might think, okay, that sounds insane, and it's probably a cartoon. No, it is not a cartoon. These are real people with real makeup, and she has an actual asshole for her mouth, and there's pubes on her asshole mouth. Like you have like the only way to visualize this, like I don't think you really can. Like you have to go look at skins and see.
It's on Netflix, by the way.
It's a fully Spanish movie too. Okay, so it's I don't know. I literally I watched it
No
subtitled,
bueno.
and I don't like subtitle movies, but I watched the subtitle just because of how fucked up the imagery was.
Tell them about the birthday.
So there's a part where she she has an asshole for a mouth, and there's a part in the movie where it's her birthday, and she's sitting down at the table, and her dad puts the cake in front of her with the candles, and then he goes, "All right, blow out your candles and make a wish," and she goes, just farts through her mouth to blow out the candles, and it's the most hilarious.
It's not meant to be a comedy, really, either, is it? Like, is it kind of a spoof, but is it more like...
It says it's approaching sociological issues through a comedic lens. That's like the definition of it. And yeah, it was fucking hilarious. It was...
I can't imagine... Who would show up to that? Was it her? Was it like friends around?
No.
It was just... Oh, okay.
Just her and her
yeah.
father. She has no friends because it's like...
Yeah, because who wants to hang out with... Yeah, shitmouth. No one wants to...
literal shit mouth.
Yeah, no one wants to...
But she literally goes to a restaurant on one scene, and she has, like she goes, all right, she goes like she mumbles through her fart mouth to talk, and she goes like chicken soup, and she says it like that because she can't talk because well she doesn't have teeth, and it's a butthole for her mouth.
It's a butthole.
And she has a tube and a funnel, and she literally sticks the tube in her butt, and
Because that's where her mouth is.
that's where her mouth is, and she drinks the chicken soup through her mouth butt, and literally the waitress is staring at her horrified, like the waitress is like, what is happening right now?
Holy shit.
Oh,
That's just gotta do the one South Park reference we always do, which is like the one where they did that. Everyone ate in their butts and crap through their mouths because they thought that was. As soon as you told me that with the soup, I just saw Martha Stewart putting a turkey in her butt, and I was like, Jesus God! What? Somebody made a live action version of someone feeding in a noose, as Borat would say. That's
yeah. The way I found out about that movie though was because I came home from work and I walked in my room and my girlfriend was laying on my bed, and she was staring at the TV with her mouth open, like she was shocked. Like she had a shocked expression. Her eyes were
like
wide.
9/11 just happened. Like,
Yeah. And then I see her face, and then I go, well, that's a weird expression. And I look at what she's looking at, and then there's butthole face on the TV. And I go, what the fuck are you watching? And she goes, I don't know. I just put it on a minute
The
ago.
world's just crumbling around. So who funded this? Who made this?
Dude, it's a high quality like production too.
Like someone put money
Like
into this.
the costume, like the makeup, like for like the butthole and all that stuff. Like, dude, it's like high quality. It like looks real. She even has like a butt chin, like Peter Griffin, but it's like really really big.
So it's a butt. Just
A butt chin, butthole mouth.
Oh my God.
Lady.
You know, you almost gotta say who would funded that, but then like Human Centipede and stuff like that was made, and there were sequels
Yeah.
for that. So
Dude, I don't know.
somebody somewhere is like, yeah, here's some money, go make that.
Dude, whenever I think of Human Centipede, I think about the actors. Just because, okay, you're an actor, but you're getting paid. Like, I don't think they faked putting their mouth on each other's butts. I don't think they faked that.
I mean, they're bare butts. They were inches close to each other. I'm sure it was
All the time.
covered. It wasn't, mouth
Yeah.
on actual
Yeah,
butthole,
yeah.
but there was probably a very fine line of some type of plastic or
It has to be
some type
extremely
of
thin,
cloth
or
or
you're
something
gonna.
like that.
It has to be extremely thin, or you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
It was just, oh my god.
and dude, the sequels were worse. Oh god.
I watched some of the second one, but even me, I have a pretty high tolerance for that shit. I was like, I say I have a high tolerance, and people would be like, oh, there's other fucked up movies out there, and I'm like, dude, I couldn't, because it was more like Savage. Like the first one, it was more like Hannibal Lecter, like
Yeah.
Dr. Wise. Like the guy knew what he was doing and he planned it out. The second one seemed like it was just some rogue guy.
Yeah, rogue copy.
Yeah, he was
of
just
the
he
first guy.
just was like, oh, I'm gonna do this then.
I think he had like a shrine dedicated to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
doctor
He
from
saw
the first
it
movie
had
or
something to do like
something.
I don't know if it was he saw the movie or he lived in a world where that happened and he saw it in a newspaper. I don't know which version it was, but I just know he was inspired by it. And
Was there one Centipede movie where they saw the movie and then they did it, and like that's like
that's what I'm not sure about the second one. I don't know. Is
No.
the second one he's in the same universe as the guy?
I have no idea.
I don't know. That's what I mean.
I
don't.
feel like it's a better plot line if they see the movie because it makes you feel like they're in your universe.
Yeah, because that scares you more. You're like, yeah, that's just some crazy. And you're like, wait a minute, this guy watched this and now he's. And then
Yeah.
the third one was like the prison. I just saw like a preview for it. I never got into. I just knew they did it in a prison.
Yeah.
And I was like, that just
Yeah.
seems kind of hacky at that point because now you're just going for just the grossness.
Dude, South Park, when South Park did Human Centipede, that was incredibly
Oh
hilarious.
my god, should I eat the octopus or the
Or the
paste?
chicken curry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Kyle. And it-
I'm sorry, Kyrie.
But that is the worst. Same thing when Key and Peele did that sketch. They did I don't know if you remember that, where they all met up. It was Wayne Brady was one of them, and they were part of the Human Centipede.
yeah.
And then Wayne Brady was in the front. So
Yeah.
he's in the best position, essentially.
Yeah.
He just shits in somebody's mouth. You don't get shit.
Yeah.
And then Key was in the middle. So he got a shit in Jordan's mouth, and Jordan was just really upset because they were kind of talking about it, and Jordan didn't want to talk about
Yeah,
it.
Jordan
And then he
couldn't-
gets all mad at the end. He's like,
Yeah.
"You both got a shit in somebody's mouth. When is it my turn to shit in somebody's mouth?" But he was there with a date or something. And she heard it. It was just like,
She came back from the bathroom and heard it. Key and Peele, dude. Key and Peele, yeah, like that's the show that like evolved after Mad TV.
yeah, they
Like,
were from.
dude,
yeah.
the production
And, I
value
mean,
on Key and
I
Peele's
love
insane.
Key and Peele, but I mean, it's 100% just the Chappelle Show.
Yeah,
It's just their version of the Chappelle Show. But
absolutely. Chappelle was the original version of that.
yeah, I heard he because it was on Netflix and it was on some other stuff, and he was kind of upset because he doesn't get money from any of the royalties. Like when they show that he gets zero money.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess when he tried to originally do the Chappelle Show, he pitched it to HBO, and HBO was like, "No, we don't want it." And then now they're streaming it for free with him not making money, so that's kind of like a double slap in the face. Like, wait a minute, you didn't want it, and now you're streaming it, and I'm not getting
So-
anything from it.
Basically, they stabbed him once. Well, he was looking at him, and then when he
Yep.
turned his back, they stabbed him again.
Yep. Which, how much better would it have been on HBO? Because he could have been swearing and doing a lot more. Because
Oh,
Comedy
yeah.
Central, they still pushed a lot of fucking barriers with it, but
That's why Chappelle wanted him on HBO because like
how
no censors.
raunchy that probably would have
Yeah.
and even better, it would have been. I mean, it was already pretty fucked up, but they did like the Sesame Street version of one. There was like a homeless guy, and one guy had like an STD, and a little kid saw it and like threw up and stuff. Like that's pretty fucked up. But on HBO, you can get away with a lot. That would have been a
Yeah.
lot more.
One of the most one of the most classic like Dave Chappelle sketches is one of the most like influential and like eye-opening ones is the racist black guy who's blind.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. The guy who thinks he's white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching, I think it was a Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, Rogan had that guy on who said that he talked a dude out of the Klan at one
Yeah.
point. Like he sat a guy down. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said he said that was one of the most like probably like beneficial sketches.
Yeah,
like,
and
for
deep if
someone
you
to
think
see.
about it. Like
Yeah,
the
but-
guy just was told he was something. So he
Yeah.
just believed it, and this is what it is. But
'Cause
it
he
was like
couldn't
because he
see.
couldn't see, but in reality,
Yeah.
he was what he hated. It's almost like some Shakespearean
Yeah.
type of.
No, that was a brilliant sketch.
And then the
Brilliant.
funniest part was he divorced his wife because she married him because she married a black guy.
I could imagine Dave Chappelle in the writing room with other people making that sketch.
Yeah.
It must have been
Neil Brennan.
hilarious.
Neil Brennan's a pretty funny comedian
Yeah.
too. He's one of the guys. He's like one of the main guys who does it with him.
God.
Yep.
Chappelle Show was a legendary. It was the first one. First one of that type, dude.
It was good stuff. I mean, Netflix should just throw $100 million at him and say, make a season.
Yeah.
Make 6 episodes of. Don't even call it the Chappelle Show. Or if you want to call it the Chappelle Show, do what you
I
want.
think
But
it would have to be called Chappelle Show. Yeah.
go ahead. Fucking. I don't know if you ever. There was an SNL sketch that he did when he like finally came, because he was gone for a long time when he came.
Yeah.
But he did a Walking Dead version of when Negan did the Inny Meeny Miny Mo.
Yeah.
And he smashed him. He did it with his characters from the Chappelle Show. He walked down the line. He played them. So it was like,
yeah.
you can bring that back easily.
Oh yeah.
Especially now, they reboot everything now. Everything's getting redone and rebooted. So why not?
Well, yeah. One of the most like one of the most smartest like business decisions like in Hollywood nowadays is like nostalgia. And
Yeah,
like
reach
going
for it.
off of that. So like Chappelle Show, that's nostalgic to a lot of people. You know, you come
Yeah.
out with that, it's instant success.
Especially
There's no
people
question.
like our age, so like around 40, because like it was so many like we were just like forced like in the 90s, just bright colors and flashing stuff, and it was
Oh, yeah.
all the cartoons and everything hardcore coming at you, and everything was extreme. In the 90s and then the 2000s, everything was technology, and then now like we're kind of just getting into this like futuristic stuff, and now we're like, well, what about that time where we had Surge and all this? So people like, dude, throw this old Transforming stuff at them, or throw any of the old. That's why they're just remaking everything.
Yeah,
'Cause we're all
even
just
like
like-
all the Disney movies.
with-
They're remaking
Yeah.
all of them.
And that's probably the people who spend the most, if you look at it,
Mm-hmm.
like economically wise, is that age group throwing out however many superhero movies you want to throw out. I'm gonna go watch them.
Oh,
It's like, here's another $20 or whatever.
Yeah, like the Lion King remake. I mean,
Oh.
so many people went. To
And
go
now
see
they're like,
that.
let's do live action remakes.
Yeah,
So they're the Beauty and the Beast and things like that. So you're like, no, and I'm just watching the same movie already, but just actors.
yeah,
The Lion King one was weird because it was just animals. And I had
yeah.
to
The
live.
Lion King one, like it. The thing that sucked is that you couldn't see the emotion on the live action
Yeah.
faces, and like that was
I never even watched it, but
that was a big part of like the original Lion King. Yeah,
it's horrifically sad. You
Yeah.
could see like the wrinkles when Simba would go under Mufasa's face when he was, and you just like felt it, and you're like, oh my god,
yeah.
he's dead.
Oh my god, dude! I had a music teacher in high school, and he would literally torture us with the Lion King. He would show it every Friday, and then he would stop. The class would end after Mufasa died.
He would just show it.
He would
That's
show
some
it
like
all the
sadistic
time.
Satanism
And dude,
stuff. Just
that shit made me cry so much, and he was literally torturing me every Friday.
he was just like, some kid really doesn't like this, so I'm gonna keep doing this because my wife left and I have to make someone else miserable.
Because Mufasa like dies, and the whole class is like just silent all the time, and you can tell everyone's just like, "This is horrible."
You're like, how many times you gotta? And then at some point you just get numb to it. It's
Yeah.
like, he's just dead. I don't care.
Oh god, every Friday. And like it was either Lion King or High School Musical, and dude,
Oh,
90% of the time it was Lion King.
I graduated. No, I was probably around the time I graduated was when High School Musical came out. I graduated in 07. I think that was around. I just remember that all of a sudden started getting big, and I'm like, no, get me out of here. It's like Grease. No, no.
Oh god. So Christmas, bro. Let's hop into some of that stuff.
Yes, Christmas is upon us in 2 days. Today's the 23rd, right?
2 days, yeah, absolutely. And you have a German lineage.
I am. Yes, my mother is from Germany. I think she came here when she was around 9. I honestly don't know. Sorry, Mom. And her mom, my grandmother, my Oma, born and raised there. She's in her 70s, so she went through, when the wall was still up, when it was East and West Germany.
Oh god, yeah.
So they remember that, like way before. And the West Germany was the side that you wanted to be on. You didn't want to be in the east side of Germany because the west side was it was controlled by like more England and America and stuff like that. And the east side was more like, the Russian, because they split Germany after that was done up. They kind of broke Germany
Yeah.
apart because they were like, enough, 2 world wars, you've started, enough of this. And so I don't know why they have scary old German. So I think I've told this on the last podcast about the kid getting his thumbs cut off, and I talked
Yeah.
about all that.
But it's relevant now.
But it's
'cause
relevant now when you think about it. But so I wrote a few things down here for my German heritage because it's Christmas and Germany is. I don't know if it's where it started, but I know Christmas is a German thing. Like when you go, like St. Patrick's Day, people want to go to Ireland, or you want to go to
Yeah.
Boston, or you want to go to Chicago.
Right.
Like Christmas, you want to go to you want to go to Germany. You want to go somewhere in there because they hardcore celebrate that.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that would just be like, oh, all right, so that's nice. But there's such a dark side because it's just Germany. You're like, well, how nice is everything? And they go, well, there's an opposite side to how nice everything is. And we'll start with Krampus.
Fucking Krampus, dude.
I'm sure we all know about him. We've seen the movie too. If you haven't seen the movie,
dude.
which is a scary movie.
The
It's
sci-fi,
a good. It's a good.
sci-fi Krampus.
Yep. The one with the guy from Step Brothers.
Yeah.
He's in it. He's the dad or whatever. But that was pretty good. And there was some stuff about. It's actually a night I found out today. December 5th. They call it Krampus Knock. Krampus Knock Night.
Krampus Knock Night.
Yep. And
That's-
they do like cosplay stuff. Like they have like parades and
So
people dress up.
Is December 5th Christmas in Germany?
No, that's
No.
for him. That's for him coming for the shitty kids.
Oh.
So Krampus Night is he comes is the 5th, and they do like a whole cosplay thing, like parades and people dress up and scare the crap out of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of looking at like where it came from, and apparently he's the son of a Norse goddess called I'm guessing this is called Hel because it's spelled Hel. So
It's hell.
Hell.
It's hell. Someone type
so
it.
he's the son of a Norse goddess called Hel who rules over the dead. So he's the son of her, and that's where it came from. And he brings around whips and chains. I don't know if they were accurate with that in the movie. That's what he does.
Yeah.
And he has like a birch stick, like a piece of wood that he beats kids with.
Oh, God.
And he puts them in in a sack, and he beats you while you're in the sack, and then he drags you to the underworld, which is hell.
Oh,
And that's for
God.
kids who are bad.
Oh.
And he's a half goat, half demon looking thing. So he's got like the bottom part is goat, and the top part is scary, long tongue, like a snake
Yeah.
demon thing, and he just beats the shit out of kids and brings them to them. If you're bad,
Oh.
so if you're bad, Krampus comes for you, the 5th. And apparently there's a thing called that I was also looking in. They do a 12 nights thing in some German cultures where it starts the Christmas and it goes after to the 5th or the 6th, and it's supposed to be the 12 nights, and you're supposed to fast during certain times because it has something to do with the calendar
yeah, yeah.
that they were trying to introduce an Eastern calendar or whatever. But so during that, you're not supposed to hang up decorations
Mm-hmm.
after because it's bad luck. So this is what brings me to the other scary. This is scarier than Krampus, which I recently found her. Frau, which is Perchta, who's known as the Christmas witch. Who the Brothers Grimm was an actual thing, that movie, but they were real. They wrote books or whatever it was, way back when.
For sure.
So I guess she somehow started around there, and what they wrote is that she would roam the countryside for the 12 days between Christmas and Epiphany, and Epiphany was the last day of the 12th day.
Mm.
So the last day is where people were really afraid of her.
Yeah.
And so what she would do is she would go into your homes, especially in the 12th night, because the 12th night she was out hardcore.
Yeah.
She would just go into your home, and she could tell if you were a good kid. And it even said house servants in it. So I'm guessing these are like orphans, because, a little side note before I get back to this, my great-grandmother was like one of 8. And I think her parents died or something, or they had too many kids and they were poor.
Yeah.
And they would literally take the kids around to farms and ask if they needed a hand, would help. And they would just say yes, and they would just take the kid in, and you live there now.
Oh, God.
Now you're just part of that family. So if you were a good house servant and you did, you worked hard the year, you were a good kid, and you were supposed to, she would leave you a silver coin in like a shoe or a stocking or something like that. And if you were bad, she would slit your stomach open, take all of your organs and your guts and everything out, fill it with straw and pebbles, and then stitch it back up, or hot coals, and you would die
Oh, God.
if you were bad.
Why?
That was a German.
Why do Germans scare children?
Or
so
the other thing was
hardcore?
the 12th night, you had to eat a certain meal, which was fish and gruel, which I don't know what gruel
That
is.
repels the Christmas wench.
Yeah, so you had to eat, and if you didn't eat that, even if you weren't a kid, she would come in and she would slit you open and fill you with garbage.
Oh, so not only do you have to be good, but you have to eat.
You had to eat the meal,
Yeah.
the fish and gruel.
What is gruel?
I don't know. It probably tastes like it sounds.
It sounds like gray mud.
Like, I just imagine, like, the fat that's left over when you cook burger or something, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't drain it, like, just drain it, and that's, whatever's in your, what do you call it, that grinds up the food in your sink? Your,
Garbage disposal.
yes, like, whatever's in that, that's gruel.
That's gruel.
That's gruel. But yeah, so that's
God.
some German stories.
Wha-
Yay!
Why? Why would they invent these
Yes.
stories?
Frau Perchta. You can look it up. Frau Perchta.
Frau Perchta.
Yep.
That's the witch's name.
Yep, that's a Christmas witch
The Christmas
who
witch.
roams the countryside and enters your home and decides and judges you, essentially. And then you either get a nice coin in your shoe or you die horrifically. It's
Only one coin?
Yeah, one coin, yeah. One silver coin.
One coin or death.
And
or
it says you
horrific death.
may get a coin.
Oh.
You might not even.
You might not even get the coin.
Yep. You might have just been good enough not to die, but not good enough to get the coin. So you just live your same shitty life.
Wow. What a beautiful story to tell German children.
Yeah, that's what they. All right, good night. Especially back then, where there's no sound to distract you when you try to sleep. It's just the world.
Yeah.
So you're hearing like, whoo, shit. You're like, what the fuck? She's coming to get me.
The wind sounds like the fucking Christmas wench.
Yep.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Yeah, good old Germany. Not only do we try to take over the world, we horrifically scar children early on. With the book, I wrote it down, and I'm not going to say it right, but it's like Strollpeda, which is the one I was telling you about that has all the really messed up stories. The kid sucking his thumbs, or the girl who played with matches and lit herself on fire. The kid who wouldn't eat his vegetables, so he just starved to death and withered away and died.
God.
Yeah, it's a real thing. You can look it up.
Dude, German children's stories. Those are some high quality scarring stories.
But while I was reading about that, I thought about something that I don't know if it's just an American thing and what's going on, but Elf on the Shelf is pretty fucking creepy when you think about.
Dude, he never looks at you.
He's a snitch. He's a Christmas snitch. But it's not even that. I think if I was a kid and I saw that thing just sitting at different spots of the house, I'd have like nightmares of him like walking in my room, and I'm like, oh, am I being good? Why is he in here? He doesn't blink.
He teleports.
Yeah.
Right? So, dude, my little brother had Elf on a Shelf, right? And
Yep.
he's 13 now, so he I think this is like his last year having it pretty much. Like we're doing it just this year just to see if he notices or
Yeah,
cares at all. But like the last 3 years, he was really into it. Like when he was 9, he's like Elf on a Shelf, he's coming, and like we'd all we tell him we do it like day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Is when he comes, and then he stays till Christmas, and then he leaves after Christmas. And every night we would hide it in a different spot, like you're supposed to,
Yeah.
And then he has to find it to see where he teleported, And dude, one time he was one there's this stool next to my brother's bed. It's like a countertop, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what we put
A
drinks on.
nightstand.
And his
Almost.
head is right next to it. And one night I snuck into his room. I put it right next to his head, so that when he woke up, he saw
You would
it.
just see the elves.
Dude, he screamed when he woke up. It woke me up when he screamed. It was fucking hilarious. I was like, that's so worth him waking
Did he
me up.
whack it or something, or just run?
He screamed and he screamed and whacked it. And dude, afterwards he was so sorry. He was crying because he.
We thought he hurt Elf on the Shelf.
He thought he
and
hurt Elf
he's
on the
gonna
Shelf,
snitch
and
because
now-
that's what he does.
And now you're not supposed to touch it either.
No, yeah,
So,
he's a little snitch.
Yeah.
Santa's snitch.
dude, after that, I didn't know he was gonna scream. I was just like, it'll be right in his face when he wakes up. Who knows what'll happen?
Maybe he'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
he was. Or no, he did the human thing of what the fuck is? How long have you been there, looking at me?
You wake up and his eyes ain't even looking at you. They're looking to the side.
Is that
it's
a new
fucking
thing?
Sinister.
I never had that. I don't know.
Elf
Did
on the
you?
Shelf? Oh, it's new.
Okay.
Yeah, it came around 2015, 2016, something like
I wonder
that.
where that started. But that's just creepy at the same time. If you just wake up at random. Imagine if that was an actual thing, and you now at our age, you wake up and you're like, all right, there's gonna be this doll who has no muscles or anything. There's no move. How does he move? He can't think or do anything. But every day he's in a different fucking spot in the house. Yay! What the
He might slit your throat while you're sleeping.
People won't put an Alexa in the house, but this thing comes from the North Pole and he's watching you while you sleep. And you're like, dude, this is creepy.
Yeah, what we told him too is his eyes are watching you, but when you look at him, he looks away. That's what we told him. So
You just spent hours like, I'm gonna catch this motherfucker.
and what he started doing too after when he was 11, you get smarter as you get
Oh, yeah.
older. So he's like he's like, I want to be able to hold him or touch him somehow. And my mom's like, no. So he got this basket that he had from Easter, and he put like blankets in it, and he would carry the elf around in the basket so that he wasn't touching him, but he could move
but he
him
had
around.
him.
Yeah, but he could move him around.
He found a way around it.
Yeah.
That's so funny because at one point you can just keep telling a kid, you can just give them some ridiculous answers why you can't do that. But then they're saying that when they get to that age, you're like, I can't say something dumb because he's gonna look at me and go, that's a lie.
It's loopholes. Yeah, he found the loopholes. Good for him.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this year he knows just because the elf is on the tree and we haven't moved it at all and he has not asked about it.
Yeah. I wonder how, like, thank God I was old enough. You were probably at that age, though. How did you not Google it if Santa was real or not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I never had, I mean, I figured it out when I was, 10 or whatever. It was probably the year 2000 when I figured out.
When did Google come out?
But I mean, for me, there's no home laptops in 99, 2000,
I'm gonna look when Google came out real quick, just because.
When there used to be multiple search engines, when there was Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves, what's that?
Oh wow, thanks, Tyler. You make me feel real old saying that. There was it wasn't when internet searches were first out, when we would have like computer classes when I was like the 6th grade, and they had the MacBooks that had like the clear back. Well, they weren't books, but there was a monitor. It was a big fat monitor, but they were clear. It'd be like purple or green. You could see through like the N64 controllers.
Mm-hmm.
And Google was, but the main search engine we were using was called Ask Jeeves, and it was a butler, and he stood there, and it was just a search engine. It was like Bing or Yahoo was a big search engine at one point too, but I don't know what now. I think it's more just like news and stuff like that.
Yahoo is shit for searching anything. Like
Yeah.
I accidentally do it sometimes when I'm trying to get Google, and then Yahoo just gives me nothing.
That's me for Bing. And once my phone just comes into Bing, like I don't want to use Bing. You know what I want to use? Google. All right, this is Google. I want to.
But Apparent came out in 2008. Google came out in 2008.
2000. Yeah, so I graduated in 07.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, I'm so lucky that I grew up with Google at that time.
oh wait, huh? Was that what it was like a stat? Oh, there was no Google, and so it was just Ask Jeeves. And I thought there was
This is just Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. Piece of shit wanted fair wage, so we got rid of him and got Google. Stupid butler.
I was at my doctor's one time, and literally it was for like it was like a physical last year, like December or something, and like so I'm sitting on like the fucking like the bed, and
With the little tissue paper.
yeah, with the little tissue paper, and the doctor's on his like doctor stool, and he's on his laptop, and I'm looking at him, and he's like fuck, he says fuck, and then he goes to Google, no, he opens his laptop because he has to like find something out from like Google or Bing or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes to Bing, and then he types in Google into Bing,
Oh my god.
and then presses enter, clicks
Oh
on
my
Google,
God.
gets to Google, and then types in his question.
Oh my god.
I was like, do you realize what you just did? And
Do you
he's
realize?
like, you just used a search engine to get to a search engine to, search your question. It's like it's the same one. I was like, it's hilarious.
He went to Bing to Google.
And when he
Google,
realized
and
it, he
then got to
started
Google,
laughing.
and
When he
then-
realized it, he goes, that's funny shit. And I was like, yeah, that's funny shit.
Yeah, you're a doctor. Jesus Christ, dude. It's fucking funny, man.
He started laughing harder than I was, and I was like, yeah.
Yep.
I was like, you
good
didn't
shit.
realize what you just did.
We're both at like good ages for Christmas movies, too. Because I'm a little bit older. I'm like 8 years older than you, I think. So it's like when like Jingle All the Way and the Santa Claus and all that shit came out, I was like prime for that. But the Grinch, I was a little bit older for. I don't know if the Grinch for you must have been
The
around
one with
that age for
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched that with my girlfriend like a week ago, and it, yeah, that's a funny fucking movie.
It's a good movie, man. That's like not even just like a kid's movie. That's a good,
Yeah.
high quality.
I remember when I found out, that movie must have been out for 5 years before I knew it was Jim Carrey.
Really?
Like, yeah. I had no idea. Until one day, it was like Christmas, and like I was like, who the fuck is that actor? I searched, and it was Jim Carrey, and I was like, no way.
Yeah, fucking
I was
Jim
like,
Carrey.
what? I was like, holy shit. Because, dude, that was good ass
Oh, yeah.
makeup. You know?
I at that point, I don't know when it came out. It probably came out in like 01, somewhere around then.
Yeah.
But I love Jim Carrey just from like The Mask, and then Liar Liar,
Oh, yeah.
Dumb and Dumber.
I don't
So
like.
I kind of recognized him
Jim Carrey was in his
Or
prime.
Ace Ventura. Oh, I was obsessed with. When I was a kid, I'd watch
Yeah.
that movie all the time.
Yeah, Jim Carrey was in his prime right with that when Adam Sandler was. They both were like having those like great Ace Ventura or like Billy Madison coming out around the same time.
Yeah, that was the time where like it was good with single like Chris Farley was coming up with, like Black Sheep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jim Carrey would come out with, like Dumb and Dumber. Adam Sandler would come out with Happy Gilmore. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people were doing
Those are
independent.
great movies.
And then later on, Rob Schneider tried. I mean, the first Deuce Bigelow was funny,
Oh,
but like if you
Male
go
Gigolo,
back,
yeah.
like if you go back and you watch it, and you're like, it's not Billy Madison or any of those
No.
movies. It's all right. And the second
No.
one was just fucking terrible. But
I love how Rob Schneider's in every Adam Sandler movie.
yeah,
I love it. It's just like he's you know he's gonna come in at one point and just be like,
Yeah.
you can do it.
they all. I mean, I fucking love Joe Dirt.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. They're just another one of. It's almost insulting to say like one of Sandler's. I almost wanted to say like Offspring. They're all the same age and they're all from the same point, so they're all friends. So they're
Yeah,
it's just
right.
part of the Sandler group, I should say. But some of those movies are just fucking amazing.
Oh yeah. They're classics. You know.
Good Christmas movies though. I used to. I think Santa Claus was probably when I was a kid. Tim Allen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I love that movie. I think because I remember watching it, my dad was actually laughing, and I was like, as a kid, I'm like, oh, this must be
This must be
good because my dad's laughing. All right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the Tim Allen Christmas movies were pretty good. Like the trilogy that they did. I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah, they were all good. The Santa Claus 2 was I don't remember. I remember the third one was like the Jack Frost.
Jack Frost, yeah.
I don't remember the second one so much.
It's funny how he became Santa though. He like basically
He killed
Santa.
He surprised Santa. Santa fell and died, and then Santa's body disappeared.
Yeah.
He just turned to the suit was just there. Santa's body was gone.
Yeah.
What happened?
What about a burial?
Where did it go?
What about his
So
wife?
I think
in the
Santa
North
Claus is
Pole?
supposed to be technically an elf.
Really?
I think that
Wow.
has something to do with his magic. Why he's still alive.
Oh.
He can't just be a dude who's been alive for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
I think he's some part. I thought it had something to do with that.
What a
He was-
weird hiring process. They're like, you kill Santa, you get to be him. It's like,
yeah.
what?
What the fuck? Though it was funny how they went through like a whole Renaissance thing with him, where he was like fireproof, and they gave him
Yeah.
like a better, they updated Santa.
Yeah,
Like
they
he was
gave him,
Iron
like,
Man or something.
Like, this is the Santa suit 3000.
Yeah, literally, it was so fucking funny. Some of the lines though, I watched it not that long ago. It is kind of funny, like the adult human of like Tim Allen has some funny lines. Where like that's pretty good for
Oh, yeah,
a
kids-
PG movie.
Yeah.
That
I love when writers and directors like they add like that adult humor. Like it's like how do you say it? It's just like beneath the surface of like
Yeah,
only
subliminal.
Yeah, it's subliminal. Like only kids can. I mean, only adults can pick it
yeah,
up.
it was like Scooby Doo. I remember. I think it was the first one, or I don't know. Whenever they were on the plane, and he was talking to a girl, Shaggy, and he was like, "Oh, what's your name?" She said Mary Jane, and he goes, "That's my favorite name." And then now I'm looking back, I'm like, "Oh shit, I get it. He's a stoner, and her name's
Yeah.
Mary Jane." But at the time, you're like, that just means nothing to me. He's just like, he likes that name. You just
Yeah.
accept it as a dumb kid.
Yeah, like Cartoon Network, like even all their kids shows nowadays, like I feel like all of them have like some adult humor too. Like
Oh yeah, Cartoon Network's always been savage.
yeah, like they always let that shit slide. It's just nice.
Yeah, Adult Swim, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember I was a little
Well,
too
I'm talking
young.
about the daytime shows.
Yeah,
even.
yeah.
Like yeah, Adult Swim's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken.
Dude, the gummy bear. The gummy
I'm
bear
just
on
a
Robot Chicken.
gummy bear. Ah! Yeah, that's-
steps in it.
she eats her leg off.
Steps in a bear trap, eats her leg off, hops again, steps in another
Steps
bear
in
trap.
another one.
Dude, the scream on that is horrifying.
That chick screamed. You could tell whatever they were using, they had to like adjust it because it
Oh,
probably
yeah.
blew it out. Her just.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so fucking
She
funny.
goes, oh, I just ate my leg. I taste pretty good. Hops one more step right in.
Yeah, I taste pretty. Ah!
Uh,
I think it was the chick from Bride of Chucky.
was it?
I don't know. I could just be spreading rumors. Not that she'll ever fucking listen to this
It's
anyway.
Bride of
but
Chucky.
Yeah, it's a chick. That's
It's
her
the chick.
name. Whatever
Has
her
to
name
be.
is.
No other options. Ever.
Oh god. So Christmas, huh?
Christmas, dude.
Christmas.
What's your plans?
I'm gonna go to my uncle's and eat a giant rib roast
Nice.
with my dad and little brother and little sister.
Fuck
How
yeah.
about you?
I am, well, yeah, family dinner,
Yep.
presents, and then going to a girlfriend's house and stuff. So, yeah, kind of busy day. Kind of busy day.
Yep. You got the day off after?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
I have no idea, I'll be honest, if I'm working the next day. I don't know. But
Just wait till they call you and tell you you're not in.
hey, just sleep in, whatever, put your phone on silent. Wake up. What do you want from me, all right? My name's Nick. I'm Santa. I had a long night. Delivering presents and murdering children who didn't behave.
Oh, dude, fucking. One day I came downstairs. I was 8 years old. I was trying to catch Santa that year.
We've all had that. You
I-
try
I-
to catch him.
I was trying to catch him, like, dude, I was determined. Like, I had that, like, child focus on one thing that,
Yeah.
like, nothing else existed. And that, dude, I was planning for weeks.
Like, I'm catching
I was
Santa.
like, I am catching Santa on Christmas night. I'm going to do it. So I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn off all the lights in my room, pretend to be asleep. I was 8 years old. It wasn't the complicated plan.
Yeah, it was real simple.
It was
Just
very simple. I was like, I'm
hide in the
asleep.
corner.
But, like, my 8-year-old brain was like, this is the best plan ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to work. So my stairs have that, like, classic stairs with railings that, like, you can see through,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you go
yeah.
downstairs into the living room.
You're going to peek through in your pajamas and catch
Yeah.
old Saint Nick.
And dude, I went downstairs and so I heard some stuff and I was like, maybe Santa's here. I was like, maybe. And I went downstairs and luckily I didn't catch my parents putting the presents
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I didn't catch that. I caught my dad eating the cookies on Santa's plate and
Oh,
drinking
you
the milk.
son of a bitch.
He was sitting on the couch eating the cookies and drinking the milk. We had more cookies out in the kitchen
Yeah, yeah,
and we
yeah.
had more milk out there. But that's not the point. I left those out for Santa.
I left those
I was
out.
like,
You didn't
I
leave
left
those. Yeah.
out. I chose those specifically.
For Santa Claus.
And dude, like I yelled. I was like, "What are you doing?" And then he goes, "Oh shit!"
Did he? Oh my god, that must have been funny catching him though. Just,
What he was trying to do is eat the cookies and stuff, and like just literally put the plate back, and then like be like, "Oh, Santa ate the cookies."
oh yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Like, that's what
yeah.
he was trying to do. He's like, "All right, we'll replace the cookies." He's like, "I got hungry. I'm sorry." And then yeah, we replaced the cookies and
It's so
stuff.
funny you just buy that.
Yeah.
All right, Dad, I knew you were hungry because cookies are delicious, and I'm 8, so I love cookies, and I get that. But don't do it again. This
He
is
was
for
like,
Santa.
I was really hungry. I'm sorry. In my brain,
Just buy it.
For whatever reason, I wasn't like, he could have gone to the kitchen.
He could have gotten his own cookies.
Why was he eating Santa's cookies? Like, I didn't
Yeah.
make that
Oh,
connection.
no, never.
I was just like, I get it. Cookies are
Yep.
there. That makes sense. I was like, I'll forgive you. That's cool.
Yep.
And what we would do every year too is we would leave carrots out too for the reindeer.
Yes.
We'd
Yes.
leave,
We would do
like-
the same thing.
And
Yep.
we'd always leave like the big ass carrots out. And then like obviously my dad would take like a few bites.
So it looked like something chomped into it.
Yeah, and to look like something chomped into it. Which now that I look back at it makes no sense. The reindeer would just eat the whole
He
carrot.
why would he leave half the carrot?
Yeah, why would you leave half the
Don't you wish you
carrot?
were smart and be like, those are human teeth marks. Something bitten from the side. That isn't from the front.
Imagine kids who want to be the dentist. They're like analyzing it.
Oh yeah, some kid was wicked into it.
That's a human molar that bit
Yeah.
into the carrot.
Those are the canines and 4-2s and those.
That's when the parent just goes, Santa's not real. Shut
Oh
up.
man, just the lies you believe when you're a kid because everything's you brought up on cartoons.
Yeah.
Literally, all you watch is just cartoons and things that are making noises and you put circle balls and circle holes and square things and then you're like, this is just life is this simple.
Life is this.
Why
simple.
wouldn't there be a tooth fairy or a Santa Claus or a rabbit who lays eggs? I've never still to this point understood what a rabbits have to do with Jesus resurrecting, but
Yeah.
we'll address that in April. when we have our Easter podcast.
One
But
of the most classic movies, though, Christmas Story.
a Christmas, yes, you'll
Fucking
shoot your
Christmas
eye out.
Story, man. That's So, I was like, I think I was like, it must have been 8 or 9 years old, and the Red Ryder BB gun, like,
Oh yes,
dude, I was like, I need that.
Yep.
And for that Christmas that year, like, my dad was like, yeah, we can ask Santa for it, and my mom was like, we ain't asking Santa for that, and
Yep.
my dad was like, yeah, we can, and my mom was like, hell no, and like, that's how they were arguing about getting it, you know, They were
Like them,
my da-
them not being like, dude, you're not buying it. Instead,
Yeah.
she has to be covert kid talk, going, no, we're not asking Santa
yeah,
for it.
that was her tone too. We're not asking Santa for
Yeah,
the BB
you're
gun.
Santa. I'm fucking Mrs. Claus, and you're Santa.
And my dad was like, Santa thinks he's old enough. And my mom's like, Santa does not think that.
Well, Santa doesn't pay the bills, and you just as a kid like, well, yeah, of course Santa doesn't pay the bills. What do you...
The fuck is going on here? Jesus.
All right, well, they'll talk to Santa. They're the grown-ups, whatever. Did you get it?
I ended up getting it. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, my dad convinced Santa to
Nice.
let me get it. So I got it, and dude, I just immediately went out in the backyard and
Started lighting shit up.
hours of just
Oh, yeah.
shooting cans and
Oh my god, my dad bought me a Daisy BB gun. It was the barrel you could just pump. It just looked like a Winchester rifle.
yeah.
And the barrel of it, you could just put mad BBs in there.
Oh yeah.
So you
we
cock,
probably had the same one.
yeah, you cock it back, and it just takes one of the BBs from the barrel, and it's a pump action.
Yeah.
So
we
as much
probably
as you
had the-
pump it, it's probably the same.
one.
Oh man, my dad used to set up like milk gallons and cans and shit like that. I would just light
Yeah.
up that stuff. And my dad and all my uncles, much of them were in the military. I remember going back there and I'd mess around shooting with them. And they obviously let me win now.
Yeah.
But I remember as a kid, I would like outshoot them. Like, oh, I'm so good. And then one day, I thought I was this sharpshooter. And the house next to there was a big fence, and then the big house next, and the house next door was huge. And there was a bunch of pigeons sitting on top. And I go, you know what? I bet you I can scare these pigeons. They were far away. I pumped it up as much as I could. I shot it. I hit a pigeon. That thing rolled down the side. I murdered that pigeon. I don't know where he got shot because I ran inside. All I remember is shooting at the pigeons. One of them just barrel rolled down the side and just fell and hit the concrete. And I ran inside and just never said anything. The neighbors nobody ever asked. It's just a dead pigeon. No one's
Yeah.
thinking. I don't know
No
where
one's
I
doing
hit that
an
thing, but he
autopsy.
died instantly.
Oh god.
Sorry, pigeon. Animal rights activists are
That
going to come
pigeon's
get me.
like-
I was 10. All right, I'm sorry.
The pigeon's like, I'm in a city. There's free food everywhere, free trash everywhere. I'm good. I'm up on this fence. I'm having a great life. And then Nick was like, no, you're
I
not. Boom.
murdered that thing. And all of his buddies just went, fucking Steve. They always went, Steve was too optimistic. Every day, life's so good. Yeah, is life good now, Steve? No, it's not. You're dead. How do you?
Did all the other birds fly away when you shot?
Oh, yeah. Oh, they were gone. As soon as he got hit, they were all out. That would have been even funnier if they didn't. And they were like, good. That guy sucked.
The pigeons just look at you. You look at the pigeons. You both just
Oh
nod
my
at
God,
each
that
other.
was I was 10.
Walk away.
That was 21 years ago. I can still, clear as day, see that pigeon rolling down the side and
Oh,
just
God.
falling and hitting the side. And I'm like, oh my God. Can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, but that pigeon falling.
Was it the first time you killed anything? Like,
Yeah, that was the only I've never run anything over.
yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't say that. I have killed almost as many lobsters as a guard in Auschwitz has. It's obviously they weren't killing lobsters, but I'm not saying what it was. But
Yeah, I should have said beside crustaceans because
oh my God.
lobsters, we've killed thousands.
I've worked in seafood for a long time, and yeah, I've killed thousands of lobsters. But that was for the job.
Yeah, it's
All right.
Yeah.
Don't I sound like an officer of a guard now? It was my job, man. What was I supposed to do?
Nuremberg trials? You sound like
Yeah,
sound
that's what I
exactly
sound
them.
like.
And they're like, you're supposed to know better than
I
that.
tell the German stories, and now I'm defending myself. But but it was funny. Nobody cares because it's a lobster. It's a crustacean.
It's a crustacean.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
There's a guy who shot
That's the
more
attitude.
cows somewhere.
That's the attitude that Nazis had in Germany. They go, it's just a Jew.
It's a
Nobody
Jew.
cares.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They don't
It's
celebrate Christmas.
It's the same feeling in your head. It's like, it's just a Jew.
It's like, listen, they're not afraid of Krampus. We'll make them afraid of us.
They don't want
God.
to eat their gruel.
They
All
don't want
right.
their fish in their gruel because of, what's her name? Frau Pretja is coming. She's going to cut your insides open.
And replace it with strong
But they're not
pebbles.
afraid of that, so. We'll just, wow, that's horrible. We're going to get canceled.
Oh, dude.
Good thing this is.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, one time, one Christmas Eve, it was it was last Christmas Eve. So I had so it is legal to grow marijuana in
Yes.
Massachusetts. It is absolutely legal.
Yes, it is.
And I grew 3 plants, and I got 72 grams from it, right? And then Christmas came around. What I did is I bought like 30 raw wrappers, right? I made like 30 joints, and then when we had Christmas Eve, we have our whole family over.
Yep.
Dude, I had like a little Santa. I had like a little Santa thing, like
filled with joints.
filled with joints, and I just kept telling people to like put their hand in and like take what's in there, and dude, like everyone was very very happy.
Oh my god, was everyone sparking them too?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, everyone was gone. It was beautiful.
That's how we do it now in 2020 here. We're not worried about fish and gruel. Just put a smoke blaze around, and, Percha will come through and just get cooked, and she won't want to cut anyone's stomach open. She'll want to fill
No.
hers full of chicken nuggets
That's
and french fries
that's
from
all
McDonald's.
she needs, man.
She just needs a Happy Meal.
That's all. Yeah,
That's all she needs.
I bet she has never tried a McDonald's chicken nugget.
Yeah, I mean, come
God
on.
damn it.
She needs a famous bowl. Her whole life will change. Eat some type of American fast food. That's what I say. That'll stop
Yeah.
any serial killer.
Absolutely. Well, probably not.
I mean,
You
not
know.
like Dahmer and stuff because they were eating people.
Yeah, they were
but-
eating people. They were turning. Yeah, I mean.
But at the same time, I don't know what's in a McDonald's chicken nugget. It could be people. So,
Do you like?
what's in a McRib?
I thought about this last week actually. I had like it was like a Wendy's sandwich, right? It was like a chicken sandwich, or whatever. And like when I took my first bite, I was like, they could have just threw a person in this meat and just diversified it so much and got rid of a corpse, and then I could be eating it right now.
They absolutely could do that. I'm sure I told you that story where during World War II there wasn't enough food for the soldiers, and I think this is I think another crazy German story, but this is another thing my grandmother told me, is that there was a guy who would go around and grab like the orphan kids because they're bombing everywhere, so people's parents are dying, and he would kill them and he'd grind them up into burgers. He would give out free
God.
burgers, people burgers. But if you were that hungry, I'm sure you just eat the burger. You go, I don't
Yeah.
even care if this is. You're probably thinking this is probably a fucking squirrel or a
Yeah.
rat or something. I'll just eat it. No, it's a person.
You said it was children he was grinding
Yeah,
up?
yeah, it was children.
Oh my! Would he kill them?
Yeah,
Oh, that's what you just said.
he would kidnap them,
And then
the
he-
orphan kids.
Oh God.
Thanks, Oma. I was told these stories, by the way, when I'm between like 7 and 10.
Jesus.
Is when this is all told to me.
I bet
And
there's
then now I
there's
work
a
in
place.
a
There's a
butcher
place
shop.
There's a place in your, there's a place in your brain where you're just scarred and like you still feel it.
I can still see. We go to her house sometimes, and she'd have a closet for us, not to hide in, but like where all the kids stuff was, because she was very
Yeah.
neat and tidy. So it's like the kids come over, they would go in this closet, take the toys out, play whatever we play with them. We'd have to put them back,
Yeah.
and in there was that nursery book, and I remember you just flip through it and just see these horrific images. And I remember my dad, because my dad's from fucking South Lowell or whatever. He's has nothing to do with all this German stuff. So he
Yeah.
would like see that, and it was like my and his first time seeing this, and he almost wanted to be like, I don't think the kid should be. And my mom, my grandma were like, oh no, we've showed it to everybody for generations. Just me and my dad at the same moment, just being scarred. Like, why the fuck are you cutting his thumbs off? What are
The
you?
last 8 generations we have shown children
Yeah.
these books.
Oh, okay.
That's probably why Germany was so sadistic, because of those children's stories.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it. What's the scariest thing? I can't
bet-
even think of scary American things besides
Yeah.
getting shot at school, or
Well,
that's
at
and
least
that's
you're
not,
not.
that's a real thing that happens. But
At least you're not terrifying. I don't know. Like a school shooting, that's like objective. It's not a mythical creature that's gonna come and.
that's what I
kidnap
mean. Like
you in
that's
the
what I'm trying to
night.
think. Like the scariest thing that can happen to you if you're a kid
Yeah.
in America is that. Like, I mean, as horrific as that is, you're a kid in Europe who's like, there's gonna be a ghost lady who comes in and rips my insides out and fills them with coal if I'm not a good kid, or some creature who's gonna put me in a bag and drag me to hell while he beats the bag. You're like, what the fuck? What are you?
What are you talking
What
about?
are we doing here?
Oh God, German Christmas sounds very
They're one of
exciting.
the. It's funny, to a very advanced country now too.
Yeah.
Leading the way in green technology and stuff. And
Oh yeah. I just wrote a paper on that. I did.
Yeah.
It was my final English paper. It was renewable energy. Yeah. It was. I got a 93.
nice.
93 on it. Yeah. 10-page paper. It was
Oof.
tough. Tough.
That's a long paper.
Yeah. When you like, I don't know. Like if you're not like procrastinating like with that shit,
Yep.
as long as you do like, all right, I'm gonna do 2 pages today, and you're like, I'm gonna get through that, and
Yeah.
then you do that, then it's like, all right, I got 6 more to go.
Yeah.
And
Then you just keep
And
busting
then
through
like
doing
next
that.
2 days you go, oh, I'll do a page a day next 2 days. Like if you break it up, then it's not that bad.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
it's like last couple days you could do 10 pages, you're gonna have a horrible
You're gonna be
time.
fucked.
Yeah.
That's who I was as a student. Is I wouldn't do it until like the morning of.
I
And now
still
I'm
do
trying
that
to-
shit. Like I
yeah.
still do that shit on some things, but if it's like a long paper like that, I'm like
Oh yeah.
I don't I just can't. I'm not gonna stay up all night for 2 days like
No,
trying to finish this.
I wrote about a half page here just on some Christmas stuff, so I wouldn't forget it. That was probably the most writing I've done.
Yeah.
Besides taking orders for rib roasts at Hannaford, so I couldn't imagine doing 10 fucking pages of me trying to make stuff up. Or not even make stuff up, I'm trying to make sense of a subject that you're going to think I'm making a good point on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a lot different than just side notes. That's what I write, is just side notes, not like trying to get someone to be like, yeah, what he's saying is right. Like, I'm just spitting info.
We don't know what we're talking about ever.
Mm-mm.
We just say words and then they go in a order that we hope's good.
Yeah. And then it's on the internet, and the internet's forever.
And that's forever. Yeah.
Yay.
The human bacon's peoples.
Yep, we're going to have some nice new thumbnails coming up
Oh yeah.
from good old T-Dog over here.
I'm making them. I learned how to use Photoshop. That shit's hard.
Yep. I know nothing about it, but Tyler's mastering it.
I think I improved about 500% from
Yep.
the last thumbnail.
If this was Skyrim, your photoshopping would have increased immensely.
Yes. Photoshop level like 30 now.
30, yep.
30.
Now you can select things.
I wouldn't
can
say-
take
I wouldn't say
images from
100.
other images and put them on the same thing. Yes, I
Yeah.
will take that skill whole day. That's
Yeah, I definitely needed a Dragon Soul to learn that one.
yeah. You
It was
needed
the
to
only
shout.
way. Yeah.
You just shout it at the first shout. Just slam the PC back through your wall.
Yeah.
What are you doing up there, Tyler? Sorry, wrong.
Dude, fucking, they're working on the new Skyrim.
Oh, Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
New Elder Scrolls.
They said so. There's this kid in the grocery department at our work. Well, he quit, but I still talk to him on like PC. I play games with him, and he told me that if they come up with Skyrim before 2022,
Yep.
right? No, yeah, but if they come up with Skyrim before 2022, then he'll buy it for me.
Is it like a sequel to Skyrim, or is it just another Elder Scrolls?
I'm not sure.
Because Elder Scrolls is who makes all the. I don't know if you've ever played any of the other ones
No.
before. Because it was Elder Scrolls is like, Skyrim is like the 5th version of something. It's an old franchise game.
Oh, yeah.
That Skyrim's a part of. And Skyrim was just the name of them. I think the other one, I know it was Elder Scrolls, whatever, and then ESO Online
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So I don't know. Is it going to be like Skyrim 2, or is it just going to be its own name?
I have no idea.
Probably yeah.
There's not much information about it, but they confirmed that they're making like the
Yeah.
next big
It was a
Skyrim
Bethesda.
game. Huh?
Bethesda, or whoever that
Bethesda.
company. Bethesda. I was about to say.
Bethesda.
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
That's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, they're the ones who make that, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bethesda.
Bethesda, yeah. This is my,
Good thing the CEO ain't here right now. He'd be upset.
I'd be in real trouble. I'd be like, sorry, dude, I'm kind of dyslexic, and even when I talk, I see things in my head, and I can't pronounce them the way I see them. Like, sometimes when I read something, I'm like, why did I just read that wrong?
Yeah.
Like, but I heard, whatever.
But dude, Skyrim, that's like a revolutionary game, man. Dude, the Christmas mods for that game,
They have Christmas mods.
insane.
That's
Like,
fucking awesome.
yeah, just make everywhere snow, Christmas trees everywhere.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
The dragons are Santa Claus
You can take
with a
you
reindeer.
can catch a dragon and slit its insides. Just
Oh.
cut them wide open and
Yes,
fill
absolutely.
it with hay. Christmas in Skyrim.
You're fighting what's the evil Santa name again?
No, Krampus.
Krampus.
Yep.
Uh,
It's gonna be some game that does that.
dude.
That's some like Destiny add-on. Fucking
yeah, Krampus.
go to old Germany, but he's a robot. Like, this is stupid.
Yeah, Destiny's free now too.
Yeah, Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only free because if you want to play the whole game, you have to buy all the
Yeah, you gotta spend like
expansions.
$200 on the.
They're
expansion.
all $35, and I think there's 3 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I get it for free, but I have to spend over $100 to get pumped up. And then it's a grind because I still every once in a while throw it on.
Yeah.
That game is a grind.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just doing bounties and
Once
then
you
doing
get
strikes.
near
and
the
then-
end, like that's when the real grind happens.
Yeah.
Because like
The story mode and everything is good. It's fun
Yeah.
and it looks good. And it's a really fast first person Shooter.
Yeah, and it's all AI, so you're not gonna get upset because players killed you.
Unless you're doing Crucible. But.
Yeah, unless you're doing Crucible. That's one thing that like when Destiny first came out, the first one, that's one thing I was hyped about. I was like, it's all AI, like slow
Yep.
progression. You play with your friends. It's like a good time. You're defeating bosses, and I was like, it's World of Warcraft for like Xbox. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm excited. Then when it came out, it was at 30 frames a second, and it was locked, and I was just
We
could barely aim with the controller because it was such low frames.
The two roommates I had at the time, we all were trying to play together, and we couldn't like join each other because we're on the same. Like you had to go, I had to like YouTube how to go into like an advanced menu on the Xbox setting to open a NAT type. Switch it to a certain way just so we could all be open to. I'm like, dude, shouldn't I just be able to say, hey, let's play together, and then we fucking play together. Like the first one had a lot of.
Oh yeah,
but it was still sick. It was still for me. I don't know. I was just
see what I was so excited about is the concept. I was like, the concept's amazing. I was like, Destiny, like that, the idea of it, 100% good.
Oh yeah,
like you could.
They had the immigration song from Led Zeppelin in the commercial. I still remember that.
Yeah, the concept was so good. It's just it wasn't executed as well as I thought it would be. Which
it was an unfinished game almost, but they were like, we need to get this out so you can.
The open world wasn't as fun as
no
you thought it would be, like with the events happening and.
Oh yeah, the events were always fucking awesome.
Yeah, the events were cool at first, but then once you do them, you're like, okay, they're happening in the same spot every 5 minutes. This is kind of
the thing
repetitive.
I really got back. I mean, this is a couple years ago, but when they started doing the Taken.
Yeah.
Like the dark side of it or whatever. When they released that expansion, man, I was wicked into Destiny at that. I don't know why I thought that was so cool because you could just be running around somewhere grinding. And then they would just show up.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is pretty sick.
Yeah. That was them like, putting their best foot forward with it, trying to make it better and stuff, but
and then they got me a few times. That and when they did Gambit. I was a big Gambit fan. I don't know if you ever.
What's Gambit?
Gambit was one where you killed like the bosses and stuff, and you would get motes where you kill, and then you put the motes in the bank, and then you would send like a Taken to the other side, and then you would try to kill the fallen. But it was for some reason that was just cool, like the concept of working together with other people to put something in the bank, but you send something to the other side of people who have to fight this AI.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of a cool concept.
Yeah, that and like I remember when they came out with what was it? It was it was almost like the Coliseum. We had a fight like you get like the treasure at the end.
Yeah.
If you beat all the bosses and shit.
Yep. They did
like,
that
they
with
just keep coming and coming and coming.
The Haunted Forest. It was something like that too in Destiny where you could go into that and like you had to complete a certain amount of tiers before you would get the whatever at the end. I know what you're talking about though. I haven't played that game in a little while, but that was a game I got wicked into.
Yeah.
And especially with the second one too. Which is funny, they'll never make a third one. They're just gonna keep doing expansions.
Yeah. Pretty much. Oh yeah, I see you got Destiny 2 right on your laptop right now.
Yes, I do. It's a lot faster than when I play it on Xbox or anything.
Yeah.
Just because it's PC or whatever, it's faster. But
yeah, you get a solid laptop.
But getting used to it's kind of different too.
Yeah.
Playing on a smaller screen.
Yeah, like when I made the switch from Xbox to PC, like it was tough. Like because you have to like position your hand on the keyboard and you get like the mouse in your right hand.
Yeah.
And like it feels so unorthodox at first.
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, but like Rocket League, my favorite game. Like I still play controller on PC. Like everyone on PC uses controller because like I don't know, it's so hard to play without.
They're trying to use the mouse and
there's a couple pro players that use mouse and keyboard with it, but
nobody. Yeah,
practically no one.
I use a controller most of the time. I use the Xbox controller, the Elite one, whatever. It works.
Yeah.
It's nice. I play Left 4 Dead a lot too. For some reason, old school. I still play Left 4 Dead 2 all the time.
Left 4 Dead 2 is fucking amazing.
I play it still all the time.
Horrifying though. Like I would watch my friends play it. I wouldn't play it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this is terrifying. I was like, because like I'd be in the safe room and then I'd be like, okay, I don't want to leave. I'm like, we're in the safe room. Why do we have to leave and go do something else?
Why are we going?
I was like, I see food in the corner over there.
We're good.
There's no reason we have to leave this house.
We got locked doors with bars on them.
There's a bed over there on the floor. It's like a fucking sheet with a pillow.
Open the door and take a shit and close the door, all right, if that's what you have to do. And they put all the maps from the first one on it, so I just go back because I like the first first Left 4 Dead maps a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
The second one was cool just
The
because
multiplayer is fun. Yeah.
I like versus a lot. I like
Mhm.
playing other. You do that. It's because it's almost like a Gears of War thing of like you be the bad guy, then you're the good guy. Let's see who does it better.
Yeah.
Like, I like that concept when games do that.
Yeah, that shit's fun. Hell
Oh, yeah, especially with Left 4 Dead doing, or even trying to do survival. You just try to lock down one place for a while, see how long you can survive somewhere with all the, gas tanks or whatever, and all the sending mad tanks at you and boomers and shit. That's pretty fun too.
What's the in Left 4 Dead? What's the one that charges at you?
The Charger,
It's
as
just called the
unoriginal
Charger.
as his name is. Yes. Yep.
Oh God,
He's got one big arm, one little. Yep.
dude, he.
It was cool that they added other infected, because the
Yeah.
first one it was just a hunter, a spitter, and it wasn't a spitter, a smoker and a boomer.
Mhm.
And then they added the spitter and the jockey and the charger.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. And then they had that one, the swamp campaign where you go through and at the end you have to fight 2 tanks at once. So that was pretty sick. Like that's never happened before.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden now there's 2 of them you got to defeat. The swamp was a good one too, just because they had like the mud crawlers. So there's like those people running at you, but they're on the ground crawling at you, so you're like
Yeah,
shoot
so
at
you
your
can't.
feet and shit
Sometimes
like
you
that.
can't see them.
Yeah, you can't see them when
Yeah,
you're going
and
through.
you're getting hit, and you're like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
Yep, fucking love that game.
Dude, I saw this one guy hacking on Left 4 Dead once, and dude, it was insane. Like he was in this lobby with a bunch of people, and like because it's like a 4-player like multiplayer.
Yeah.
So he was with 3 other people, and he was blowing their minds with what he was doing. And like he was trolling them too. He was like spawning like boomers and all that shit like next to the players, and like
Oh shit.
dude, he was. I don't know what kind of hacks he had, but he had the fucking pro hacks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a PC game too, so
Yeah.
hack into it.
And you could hear these little kids in game chat just screaming, like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, that's awesome. Just sending like fucking smokers at him and stuff.
Yeah. Like he would spawn them right next to them, like a foot away, and they're like, "They're spawning next to me.
Mad, just special infected. Just wanted a nice.
Why is this happening?"
There's nothing better than little kids screaming on VR.
Dude, little kids on video games they can most of the time very annoying, but
Oh yeah,
dude, like there's moments where it's fucking hilarious.
absolutely. It's just little child voice, just like, or especially when they swear. That's so funny. You
Yeah.
motherfucker. You're like, oh my god, that's so funny. Some little kids swearing.
Yeah, dude, it. Whenever I hear a little kid swearing on like the internet or Xbox or whatever, I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you swearing? And then there's like, cause I can faggot, and I'm
Yeah,
just
you're like, whoa, dude. And then you think like, I'd be so much worse
yeah.
if I had that
I'm
when
like,
I was
did
a
you
kid.
just
That
call me a faggot? So I was like, what?
what do you mean? Yeah, what
Come on, man.
little hairless boy? Don't call me a thing. I'll find you and kick you. What do you?
I remember this one time I was playing Modern Warfare, and this little kid, he got so upset he put his mom on the mic in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby.
Oh my god.
In a Modern Warfare 2 team deathmatch lobby.
People must have said horrific things to her.
She
when,
was like, "Why are you guys being mean to my boy?"
oh my god.
And dude,
She must have gotten lit up.
they were saying every sort of sexist slur.
Oh my
you
god.
could
It must have
think
been.
of.
I go back to the kitchen, you old whatever. Oh my god. I can on a COD.
Modern Warfare
Oh.
2 team deathmatch lobby.
You know that's just savagery.
Oh,
right
it's
there.
horrible. It was horrible. I was just like, I had my mic muted and I was just listening, and dude, I was just horrified. I was because
Oh my
the feeling that you get of awkwardness.
Yeah, like I
In
don't
that
want to
moment-
listen. I don't want to be here, even if it's miles or
And
thousands.
you know what's gonna happen, and you know she isn't gonna win.
And you're like, oh, you are coming into some world you have no idea about. You think people are just going to be like this isn't
Like
the grocery
she thought,
store where
she
you can.
thought
Yeah.
she could reason
Yes.
with people on the internet
Yep. She thinks this is
in
like
a Modern Warfare 2
yeah. She
lobby.
thinks this is like a playground where she can go up to a bunch of kids bullying her kid or kicking sand at her, being
Yeah.
like, "Where's your mother? Don't do this." Like, no, you were looking at blank faces of people you'll never see and never find out who they
Yeah.
are. You're dealing with the worst of the worst.
Like
lady.
her
This
thought
is-
process was, I'm getting on the phone with other people.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm gonna act like this is.
No. No. It's probably, listen here, cunt. You
Yeah.
can shut the fuck up and your little gay kid. And then she's probably just sitting there like, she's never even heard those words in the same sentence before. And she's just like, oh my God, what did somebody just say to me?
Fuck you and
And that's just being
and your
nice.
kid.
That's just
Yeah.
being nice. People must have just been saying, oh my God.
Dude, it was bad. It was really bad.
That's just
I don't even want to say what they were
I'm
saying.
about to say that's just throwing meat to a bunch of hungry wolves. You know, you're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this lady has no idea what we're about to do. Just the most horrific things you can think of.
Yeah. Fucking hell, dude.
Good old chatting on the internet.
God damn. Dude, I remember chatting on the internet. I remember fucking chat roulette. That was
Chat roulette was 10% good and 90% dicks.
yeah, pretty much.
It was just dicks. It was dudes jerking off. Why?
It was
Why
all
are we
that.
like this? Me and you are dudes. I don't want to do that.
No.
Why?
No,
Why?
scientists should research why that is.
How many chicks were there just flashing their badge? None.
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 Dicks. Just dicks.
Dude, that website, I remember going on there with like friends.
Oh, yeah, because you're trying to have.
10, 11 years old.
It sounds like a good idea.
yeah, you're like, let's go on there and see what's up.
Yeah.
Let's see other people and chat around.
Hey, and then you get a few. Hey, are you talk to people, and then
Yeah. There were so many like foreign people jerking off. On
yes.
there. Like, dude,
Not to be racist, but I'm white, so anything I say is gonna be racist. It's a big Arab
yeah.
thing. It's a lot of middle. I don't know why
Dude, there
they
were
like doing
so
it, but the
many-
Middle Eastern dudes
Yeah.
love jerking it on the camera. I don't know why, but
There was a lot of Middle Eastern people on
just
there. They
jerking
were
it.
jerking off.
Just jerking it.
Yeah.
Why?
I have no idea.
Who's? What do you? I just don't
Like
get.
I'm like there were plenty of white dudes too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it wasn't all of them,
Yeah.
but it was 90% dudes
Yeah.
cranking it. Like, why are we? What the fuck is wrong with us? Can you just put your dick down for a second, say hi to somebody from France or something? Like, oh, that was cool. And just talk to somebody
Yeah.
in a different
It's
time
crazy.
zone. Haha. Hey, how are you doing? Wow, that's so crazy. Oh, what's the next one? Oh, god damn it. No.
Like the South Park. Oh, there's a dick.
Ah,
there's
a
another
dick.
dick.
Ah,
There's
there we
another
go.
If you want to find friends, you gotta sift through all the dicks first,
And
Kyle.
yeah, and there's and. But it's 100% true.
Yeah, that's a true sentence.
It is
But
funny, like
it's just in regards to chat roulette, and it's funny.
still technically, if we think about it, it's the early age of the internet. It's 2020. I mean, it's not like the internet's been around for 100 years. It's not like cars,
Yeah.
so it's still early. But when they go back and look initially, how fast was the internet being like, all right, this is something people can access all throughout the world? Was it a millisecond before they were like, porn, put porn on it, put naked people. We need naked people on it immediately. We need dicks and vaginas going into each other.
Dude,
Like, how quick?
when was porn invented?
I mean, that was like 70s, and so, you can get like VHSs,
Dude, honestly,
and things like that.
I think it was like the 40s.
Oh, I mean, when it was invented
Yeah.
when people started. That's when it was invented. There was some caveman watching a dude fuck his wife, and he was jerking off to it in the corner. It was
I'm talking about like a video, like video.
whatever they could make. I mean, there was the silent
probably
films. You
as
could,
soon as
almost like a
possible,
kaleidoscope. You know, what's a kaleidoscope? No, you know the thing you could put in your face, and you would like click it,
Yeah.
and it would go to another picture. And
It's
be
like an 1850s. Oh,
You put a little slide,
God.
you put a slide machine at the top, and then you click it, and you could see things as the picture rolls.
Yeah.
Whenever that was invented, that's when there was
I bet
people
there was
fucking
porn
people.
on there.
Yeah, 100%.
God.
There was porn before there was sound on films. I guarantee that.
Oh, yeah,
There was silent
absolutely.
film porns.
Jesus.
But just think how quick it was on the internet.
Yeah.
Of like the first dude was like, you know what we need since everybody can see this? People fucking. You know what people want to watch? People fucking. No, we want to send emails and talk to each other how to better the world. No. People fucking. And now it's a billion I mean, how many different sites are
Oh, yeah.
billion-dollar industries?
Jesus.
Yeah, we're fucked up.
Fucked up.
I don't know how we got from Christmas to talking about how porn is $1 billion.
I mean, we did it, Lola.
we
we
did
did
it. Here's Lola,
She's.
our first guest once we do guests.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Lola all day long. She's gonna tell you all about her toys
Yes.
and all about how she plays with the toys and all about how she
Yeah.
squeaks the toys and all about
She's-
how the humans that she lives with throws the toys.
She needs to
And
say what it's like to live without thumbs. We need to know.
We need to know that.
How is it like having a tail? Because I read once.
How do you move that?
I
How
read
would that
once
feel to
that
move?
sometimes dogs don't even know they're wagging their tail. That it's almost an involuntary thing. That it just happens.
Like, how would it feel to have a tail, though? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't even.
Some humans are
That's-
some humans are born with tails.
That's
Did
what
you know
she's
that?
thinking though. It's like, what is like to have thumbs?
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
You know humans are born with tails, right?
Yeah, sometimes you
Yeah.
have an extended spinal,
Yeah. No, an actual tail.
like a that,
Left, yeah.
like a Lola tail,
Well,
or like a monkey tail, like
some-
your Kakarot.
So it's in our DNA. It hasn't been fully, like how would you say, like cut out yet? From our
Yeah, some of
DNA?
your genes.
It's being cut out like slowly, but sometimes people have a birth defect and the gene expresses itself for a tail. And literally they're born with like a stub at like the top of their butt
Yep.
because we used to
Yeah, we were
we
monkeys.
evolved from monkeys.
Yep.
So yeah, they had tails and that gene still
Australopithecus.
expresses itself. Yeah.
As Joe Dirt would say, yes. Joe Rogan. Lola, it was a joke. All right. But yeah, that would be fucked up, man. Like, I know you can be, but imagine being born with like a tail.
Yeah, they get
Like
it
you were,
removed
like-
at birth.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, you probably don't.
You don't have to.
But
Oh.
it's gonna be weird if you're a chick. If you're a dude, you can probably get away with having it. If you're just like a,
Probably,
you
yeah.
know. Yep. There's Lola. Wagging her
damn it,
tail.
Lola.
She has all the insight and the wisdom, and we're gonna get it all out of her once we have her. She's ready.
We need something that can translate dog.
She'll figure it out.
Okay.
Come on, Lola.
That's fair.
Don't-
There's got to be an app for it.
There's got to be an app, right?
There's an app for
Come on.
everything.
There's an app for everything.
Jesus.
I can send money to a Nigerian prince who's promising me all this money. Why can't Lola
What, yeah.
go woof woof?
And then interpret what she's saying.
Come on.
But all right, man. I think that's a good spot to end it for the
God.
Christmas podcast.
Merry Christmas.
So, happy Christmas to all the Human Bacon podcast peoples out
Yes, all your subscribers.
there. And
Thank you for this year. I know we started out very early, and this is kind of raw and new. Some awkward silences at time, but we're figuring it out. All right, we're only 7 episodes in, so
yeah,
we're still going.
we're working on everything, and I mean, we're getting better at it every
Yes.
time. So,
Like and subscribe. See, if you don't, Lola will stop squeaking her toy in the back, which brings her sorrow. So you don't want to make the dog sad.
don't want to make the dog
So
sad.
like and subscribe. Add a comment, as we always say.
And hell yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. We'll have a good one for you next year.
Alrighty, Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a good one.